played in a controlled climate of a dome. So let's get set for the Syracuse Orange and the Nittany Lions of Penn State.
Hi, folks. I'm Brad Nessler. Joining me in the booth, the coach Lee Corso and Kirk Herbstreit.
The early season continues, and we're here ready to bring you what appears to be another fantastic college gridiron matchup.
Syracuse needs to come into this game with a game plan on stopping this speedy wide receiver. This guy is simply an amazing deep threat, and he is very dangerous with the ball after he makes a catch. Stopping him is nearly impossible, but if this defense can slow him down, then their team can be successful today.
Let's get this thing started with a coin toss, sponsored by Coke Zero. And the fans are on their feet awaiting the start of this game as the players line up for the kick.
There goes the opening kick.
Oh, what a hit. Now let's see what kind of success this offense can have as they come out onto the field for the first time today. The offense will start at the 38-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. Here's the halfback. He's taken down
Around the 46-yard line.
a gain of 8 on the carry. So it's second down and about 2 yards to go. High formation here. Hands it to the back, and he's got open field. He makes it out to maybe the 49-yard line. Short gain there by the tailback, and he's still going to come away with a first down.
And that was a tough 3 yards, but this back was able to pick it up and move the sticks.
Going with the shotgun here. It's complete. The tackle at the 38.
This isn't a great example, but I'll tell you something. This kid is really getting better at running his routes, which is truly an underrated quality these days.
Looks like the defense is only going to pressure with 3 linemen.
They go with the option. He makes it to the 38-yard line. A yard, if that, on the quarterback keeper. Second and 9. Ball on the 38-yard line.
They line this one up in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers split out in the formation.
Tackle made at the 32. The running back gives them 6 on the ground. Third and 3. Ball on the 32.
And it looks like they're going to bring everyone in tight for this one.
Pitch out. And they got to him before he could get back to the line.
That was a fantastic play by this defense.
You're right. Poor halfback, he had nowhere to go.
They're going to try a long field goal here. He gets it up, and it's long enough. No good. He hooked it left. So the senior kicker is unsuccessful this time.
And the home crowd is absolutely loving it.
The noise in this stadium makes it real difficult for those kickers to concentrate.
Especially when you're right in front of that student section. Man, those guys are loud.
Gives it to the back. He got hit hard. And a pickup of about 7.
7-yard gain on the
Second
play.
down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the first down. They come out in a goal line set. Runs away, and he'll lose yards. That was well defended by this defense.
Hey, that linebacker made a nice play. But what about all those big guys up front on the defensive line? They're good too, boy.
Well, they created the play this time, Coach. The offensive line is so concerned with their penetrating abilities that these linebackers are able to roam free and make plays like that.
Pressure coming, and they get to him. Well, they sent the cornerback, and he was able to make the sack.
The offensive line was just too slow to pick him up. By the time they saw him, it was just too late.
I think they sent 8 guys on that blitz. So as a quarterback, if you don't get the ball away quickly, then you're in real trouble.
So let's see how the defense will hold up now as this offense comes out for their next drive.
The offense will take over at the 30. We've got a first and 10.
There are 7 defensive backs on the field in this defense.
The halfback with the carry. He can't get away with a stiff arm, and he's tackled.
That'll be a gain of 5.
5-yard gain on the play.
It's 2nd and 5 here. Ball on their own 35. The defense has about 7 defensive backs on the field.
Tailback brought down for a loss.
I'm curious to see if they have the guts to go to the ground again after that play.
I'd say go for it. Give this running back a chance to get in a rhythm.
That's a good point, Coach, but only if they can get some positive yards.
Single set backfield. And this one's broken up. Good defensive play. Makes it 4th down.
I'm sending out a big yo to the defensive coordinator right there.
I'm sure he appreciates that yo. Great job of mixing up the coverage and putting his players in a spot to make a play.
And they're smart enough to know the situation and to just knock it down.
Brought down as he tried to field it. Not a great return there.
Yep, great coverage by the punt team. And Kirk, that punt was a skyrocket.
Boy, he got a hold of that ball. This punter has a big-time leg, and you can see that when he gets a hold of a ball like that. Really goes.
They need to go back to this kid. That was a great first down run.
Gain on the play.
1st down, 10 yards to go.
They're packed in tight on the line. And we'll take a break while the injured players attended to.
It's 2nd down and 11 to go. Ball on the 32-yard line. Going with the shotgun here.
Can't find anyone open.
Throws, intercept. No, he dropped it. The defender could only get a hand on it.
A hand on it? If this kid wants to be a big-time player, he better start getting 2 hands on it.
Yeah, Lee, the ball should have been picked off.
And he's immediately tackled.
And a nice pickup there.
I'll tell you what, the defense gambled a bit here and came with the blitz, and the quarterback showed tremendous poise by making a good read and delivered a nice ball to the open man.
They line up in the jumbo set.
Looking for the corner. He's taken down around the 45-yard line.
About 6 yards on the play.
6 on the play.
They're about 4 yards away here on 2nd down.
They come out in a goal line set.
Brought down around the 36-yard line. They pick up another first, guys.
They've got a decent drive going here.
Yep, the offense is doing exactly what they have to do. Move the sticks.
They're packed in tight on the line. Gives it right side. The 10. He's all the way. Touchdown. He was into that secondary and into the end zone in no time flat.
Man, I'd like to see how fast this guy runs to 40.
I got the opportunity to see him in the playoffs this senior year of high school, and let me tell you, when it came to speed, he looked like a man among boys, and apparently that hasn't changed.
And he tacks on the extra point. And now we're going to take a look at the Pontiac drive summary.
They line up to kick this one away. Kicks off. They bring him down, and they bring him down hard on that one. They're just about ready to get this drive started. After their last series had some promise, but it ended with a punt.
Backfields in an offset I formation.
Little handoff. There's a player hurt. It doesn't look to be that bad.
And that'll be the end of the first quarter with our score. Syracuse 7, Penn State nothing. 2nd and 3.
Offset I formation in the backfield. They go with the back, and he's got room. Makes it to the 44. He really showed some good speed there.
I'll tell you, no question. When you talk about being able to turn on the jets and leave everybody in the dust, you have to mention this young man. He's got skills, but his speed is what the pro scouts are drooling about.
Again with the run. And they make the stop at midfield. A nice 6-yard gain by the tailback there.
6 on the play.
We've got a 2nd and 5. Ball on the 50. Single set backfield. He drops back. Throws out and through his hands.
Dangerous, dangerous throw there.
Give credit to the defense. They did a good job out there. This quarterback thought his man would be open, and boy, he was wrong.
The defense comes up tight on the coverage. They line up in an I. He'll get the call again. He's got an opening. Makes it out to about the 33. What a run on 3rd down.
You know, we're always talking about the importance of converting on 3rd down. If you're going to have any kind of success, you got to be able to keep these drives alive, like they did right there.
And they motion a guy to the left. Here's the option.
Defensive coordinator has a lot of confidence in his pass defense. He's releasing a safety to stop the run.
And Kirk, that leaves a big hole out there. But on plays when they run the ball, it works.
The defensive back's moving in closer.
3 wide receivers on the field. The quarterback in the shotgun.
They hook up over the middle. They got a few yards on that pass.
Yeah, we talked about how the run will open up the passing game, but some teams like to use their intermediate passing game to open up the run. Either way you look at it, it's good balance.
And he's taken down at the 23. So they keep it on the ground, and they get their 3rd first down of the drive.
Yeah, this is a pretty good-looking drive, don't you think, Coach?
Yes, sir. The offense is in rhythm right now. They're running well and blocking well.
And they're wearing down this defense. The longer a drive goes, the more the advantage goes to the offense.
He's gobbled up in the backfield.
From a defensive coordinator standpoint, it can really help out your scheme when you get excellent run support by the corner.
Not only does this kid tell him not to throw to his side, he's telling him not to run to his side. Yo.
Passes to the left, and it's going the other way. Oh, he got tattooed on that one. It's the safety who's in the right place at the right time.
The quarterback has to know where the safety is when he makes this kind of throw. Right here, he just tried to force something that wasn't there.
They line up in the jumbo set.
Hands off to the right and is brought down in the backfield. There was just no daylight on that play, and the defensive lineman was the reason.
Well, that's one way to get involved in the game. Great stop in the backfield.
They line this one up in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers split out in the formation.
He throws it. Tipped away. That was almost intercepted by the cornerback.
The impressive thing to me, guys, is how he was able to catch up to that ball.
Lee, that's incredible speed by that corner, but also the quarterback kind of helped him there by putting a little bit too much air under it.
Drops back to pass. Decides to tuck it in, and he's got space. Good tackle there in space. And they get out of trouble there with a huge gain on the ground.
You're exactly right. That was huge in terms of both getting chunks of yards and getting them out of their own end zone.
They come out in a goal line set. It's the tailback. There's a player shaken up on the play. Second and 5 coming up here. Ball on their own 27.
There are 4 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun.
He's on the run.
Runs with it, and he's got room.
And down he goes at the 40. They pick up another first, guys.
Great job here converting and keeping this defense on the field. They're getting very tired.
They line up in the jumbo set.
Runs away, and he'll lose yards.
And that was not a good call offensively.
Nah, not a good call, only because they lost yardage. I'll tell you, I've seen plays like this where the tailback breaks one and goes for a touchdown.
You're right, Lee. You can never tell.
Back to pass. Throws complete, and he stopped immediately. That looked like a pretty nice little rollout play.
You don't have to go deep every play to be successful. They got 5 yards on the play, and that's always a good game.
He's scrambling. What a collision.
How about the athletic move by that kid? Unbelievable for his size.
Boy, is he an amazing athlete. You know what happened there? The offensive line was so focused on picking up the blitz, they forgot about blocking the defensive lineman.
The offensive line didn't do a very good job of picking him up that time. There were guys coming from everywhere.
Oh, excellent punt. At the point. Steps out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. And they come up big on the special teams there.
Boy, I'll tell you, if there's a hole to be found, this kid's going to find it. Sensational punt return, my friends.
Looking to throw. Here's a throw, and I don't think he got anything on that. 3 yards there on the play.
And not a whole lot of yards there for the wide receiver, but at least a short gain is better than an incompletion.
The defensive back's moving in closer. Flares it and almost had it intercepted.
Hey, I know he dropped it, but the safety put himself in a position to make a play. That's impressive.
3rd down, and they need to get it to the 27. Ace backfield. Back to pass. Tackle made at the 21-yard line. And they pick up the 1st down with a pass to the tight end.
It's easy to forget about the tight end sometimes coming off the line, but you always have to watch this guy because he's certainly capable of making big plays.
The defense is changing their play. Offset eye formation in the backfield. Huge play, and it's going to be 1st and goal.
Another solid play by this wide receiver. They may just go right back at him.
And why not? Nobody's really covering him.
They'll work from the shotgun. He's tackled at the 5-yard line. A 5-yard gain.
5-yard gain on the play.
There are 7 defensive backs on the field in this defense. Complete, and he's brought down. Only 3 yards there on the throw.
This senior is very capable of making big plays, but the defense did well to confine him to a short gain there. I like the fight those guys showed going into the half. They're going to need to keep that going because this is shaping up to be a really close one.
I think you're right, Coach.
I have a feeling this ball is going nowhere near the return man with this kickoff, most likely to end the half. And he'll return this one from the 7. Brought down at the 32. We've still got a half of football remaining, but our score at halftime is the Orange 7, the Nittany Lions 3. Penn State is set to kick this ball off to start the 2nd half. From his own goal line. He gets out to about the 22-yard line. And now we'll see the offense come out onto the field for their next possession. They'll take over at the 22. 1st and 10. There are 4 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun. Now he's scrambling. Wants it all. Going deep. Got it. Inside the 30. To the 10. He's all the way home. Touchdown. Guys, how fast is this kid?
Well, it's pretty simple. You can see it right there. Nobody on the field can stay with him.
This field, I don't think anybody in the country can keep up with this guy. He's out there playing catch me if you can.
And he tacks on the extra point. That score leads us to our Pontiac drive summary. Syracuse lines up for the kickoff. He kicks it. He'll return it from the 1. It's a block on the corner. Tackle at the 28. So before the offense hits the field, let's take the time to let you know that our game is brought to you by EA Sports. They come out with 4 wide out. Here's the option. He turns it upfield. And they make the stop at about the 41. That's the dazzling speed we've been hearing about, folks. What a run to keep the chains moving.
Speed kills. It's as simple as that.
Yep, there's no way a linebacker has any chance of catching this guy.
There's a very impressive open field tackle. 4 yards on that play.
Gain of 4 on the play.
2nd down and 5. The defense is lined up with an abundance of DBs. I count 7 on the field. They'll give it off here. Someone down there just a little bit slow to get up. Third down now, and they need to get it inside the 49. Looks like the defense is only going to pressure with 3 linemen. Makes the catch, and he's got nowhere to go. So there was not much doing on that pass play, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Boy, Coach, I can't really figure out that play call. That's not a very aggressive effort to try to get a 1st down.
It's away, and it's a booming punt. Catches it, and they've got him. Well, that was a great punt, and there was even better coverage on the return.
The Gunners did a great job of getting downfield in a hurry, and that was just a great tackle to prevent a big play.
They're packed in tight on the line. They'll give it off here. There's a player injured, but it looks like it's just a stinger. It's 2nd down and about 3 yards. They come out in a goal line set. Brought down at the 20. 1st down pick up by the tailback.
You can see how comfortable this guy is with that football in his arms.
They're packed in tight on the line. It's the tailback. They'll bring him down around the 27-yard line. He takes the handoff and responds with a 7-yard gain. 2nd down, 3 yards to go. Ball on their own 27. Backup tailback checks in now. Let's see if he gets some action. Runs it right and can't get away. Nice tackle. Picked up a yard of anything on that run. 3rd down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the 1st down. They line this one up in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers split out in the formation. Throws off